Election interference case. Tomorrow, Judge Scott McAfee expected to rule on whether to disqualify DA Fani Willis from the state's RICO case against former President Donald Trump and 14 others. And there's a lot riding on this decision. The story is getting national attention, of course, and we have live Team 2 coverage tonight, beginning with Channel 2 investigative reporter Mark Winnie. And Mark, you spoke exclusively today with Judge Scott McAfee.
And you may have seen lots of Judge Scott McAfee on the bench here at the Fulton County Courthouse, presiding over the election interference case. But sometimes if judges want to keep their jobs, they've got to run for election. And today we saw him at a Civic Club meeting and got in some questions. What can you tell us about the timing of your order on the Fulton DA disqualification issue?
So I made a promise to everybody. These kind of orders take time to write. I need to make sure I say exactly what I want to. And I plan to stick to the timeline I gave everyone.
So this week?
Should be out tomorrow.
There it is. There it is. He says it. He said it's going to be out tomorrow.
This week. Should be out tomorrow.
Just to appreciate what Roswell Rotary is doing.
Georgia Governor Brian Kemp, guest speaker at the Rotary Club of Roswell, meeting at lunchtime.
We're very proud, as y'all know, of having the best first lady in the country, Marty Kemp.
But another public official had arrived separately and sat at a table near the front. Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee, who presides over the election interference case.
So the message I always want to convey is that no ruling of mine is ever going to be based on politics. I'm going to be following the law as best I understand it.
For a Superior Court judge who wants to retain his or her seat but has opposition, there can be the job of campaigning. And Judge McAfee indicated that was why he was at the Rotary meeting. And then, of course, there is the job of justice, of hearing cases and making decisions. Like the one expected imminently at the time of our interview, Judge McAfee's ruling on defense efforts to disqualify the Fulton County District Attorney's Office involving allegations about a romantic relationship between DA Fani Willis and Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade. Talk about balancing the job of campaigning to keep your seat.
Sure.
And doing the job of a judge in one of the most watched cases in America.
So I just focused on the job I'm doing. I'm incredibly grateful for the last year I've been able to do this. I took this job not because I wanted to score partisan political points. I didn't go looking for the spotlight. I did it because I love the law and I love giving people their day in court and being efficient about it.
The judge, who spoke to us in the aftermath of the Civic Club meeting, confirmed he had told WSB Radio last week he had done a draft of his decision in the Fani Willis disqualification matter before he knew he had opposition in the race to retain the seat to which Governor Kemp appointed him last year. He says he's continued researching, he's done rewrites and fine-tuning, but the core decision remains the same. Now, it appears besides Judge McAfee, there are two other candidates for this post in a non-partisan race, Robert Patillo II and Tiffany Johnson. Now, as for the defense allegations in the election interference case about Fani Willis, the prosecution side would be suggested in a recent legal document, which was that application of the actual legal standard should mean the indictment should not be dismissed and the Fulton County District Attorney's Office should not be disqualified. Reporting live, Mark Winnie, Channel 2 Action News.
So there you have it. Judge Scott McAfee will rule on whether or not Fani Willis will be disqualified in the Trump election interference case tomorrow. Tomorrow. This is a big day, because some people thought maybe, this was a rough idea of when he'd be back. 2 weeks. He might be back sooner. He's going 2 weeks to the day. So he's going to put his judgment down. What do you all think about that? He repeated what he said in the radio interview, that these type of orders take time to write and that he wants to stick to the timeline that he gave, which was 2 weeks, and that he'll have something by tomorrow. So, that's a great development in this. We knew it was coming, but, let me know in the comments if you want me to go live on it when it does come down. I mean, I don't know if it's just going to be, he's going to announce it and just throw it out there, or is it actually going to be a hearing to announce the results, which, they're pretty monumental, It's a pretty big announcement, so you would think there would be some decorum about it. And he wants to make it clear that no ruling of his is going to be based purely on politics, that it's going to follow the law, the letter of the law, to the best of his ability, which is his job. That is literally his job as the judge over this. So he has to make that clear so that, whichever way it goes, the heat that he's going to face, he's kind of bracing for impact in some ways. But you see, he was out there campaigning. He got to go out there and shake some hands, get to know some people, like you said, get back to Governor Kemp and reconnect or something, have a conversation, So this is an important time for this young man. I can say he's a young man because he is 34 years old. But so I don't know if you all heard, he now has another challenger. In addition to Robert Patillo, he has a woman opposing him named Tiffany Johnson. Robert Patillo filed on the 8th of March, and Tiffany Johnson filed on the 7th of March. So he's facing two challengers now up for the judgeship. This is Tiffany Johnson for Fulton County Superior Court Judge. Primary election, May 21st, 2024. So these are the challengers. You think she might know Fani? You think she might be a Fani person as well? Somebody Fani pulled up. Maybe a sorority sister or something. Who knows? The fact that there's also been the fact that he was at an event with Governor Brian Kemp, the person who appointed him to that. I'm sure he had a conversation with Governor Brian Kemp about what's going to be going down tomorrow. There's been some interesting rulings that have happened around Fani Willis and her ability to do what she's doing. Because you got to think about it. Like, there's a local county district attorney that can potentially impact the 2024 presidential election by getting Donald Trump out of there. A lot of people say Donald Trump could probably be president from jail if possible. There might be a loophole for that, but I think you want him to go in there and have a fair day at the ballot box. And if he beats Joe Biden fair and square, he should be the president of the United States, as he once was, once again. But, it's interesting to hear the talking heads kind of go at this, because a lot of talking heads have had their pick on what is going to happen and what could be going through Scott McAfee's. Today, I actually heard two opposing views, like back to back, on what the dropping of 6 counts yesterday for Scott McAfee indicated. Somebody said it indicated that he was definitely going to rule to disqualify Fani. And then somebody reported that it was definitely that he was shoring up the claim so that he can let Fani continue to prosecute. It remains to be seen what really happens, but I'm excited. Tomorrow is the day, man. We've been following this story for about a month now, and I got to thank you all for being out there and enjoying the coverage of this, because you could have picked anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I thank you for it. This is interesting. So let's just see what happens, but let me know what you think about it in the comments. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification for all uploads. If you want to watch more, please watch one of these videos down below. You can sign up for a consultation in the link in the description. We can discuss entertainment, my background. We can discuss many different things. We can even discuss this case if you wanted to. It's all up to you. Make sure you book a consultation with Faucette Media. This is Faucette Media.